I'm glad to have you here today. Let's solve this together. Welcome back, my lovely viewers. So to solve this, let's make this to be less ambiguous, to be simple. Okay, in order to make it to be simpler, let A be equal to 4th root of x. That is, let's call this A. Now if we should raise each side of this equation to 4, to power of 4, then we are going to have that A to the power of 4 is equal to x. Yes, because 4th root of x raised to the power of 4, this is going to cancel the 4th root, so we are left with only x. Okay, so let's call this equation 1. Let's call this equation 1. Then similarly, let B equals 4th root of 97 minus x. 97 minus x. So if you also should raise each part of this equation to the power of 4, we will have that B to the power of 4 is equal to what? 97 minus x. Let's call this equation 2. All right. Now, if we say equation 1 plus equation 2, that is equation 1 plus equation 2, we will have that A to the power of 4 plus B to the power of 4, right? It's going to be equal to x plus what? 97 minus x, right? X plus 97 minus x. All right. Now x minus x is 0. So we'll have that A to the power of 4 plus B to the power of 4 is equal to 97. Now let's call this equation 3. Let's call this equation 3. Okay. Now remember, let's recall that we said let A equals this and B equals this. That means we can write that A plus B is equal to 5, right? So let's go ahead and do that. So we can write that A plus B is equal to 5. All right. Now, we have A to the power of 4 plus B to the power of 4 is equal to 97. I want to know if I want to make this A and B to be raised to the power of 4 as well. And to do that, that means I need to square this and square them again. All right. So let's do it the first time. A plus B all squared is what? Equal to 5 squared. Now we all know this algebra identity, right? Whereby your A plus B squared will give you A squared plus 2AB plus B squared, right? So let's write it here. So we have A squared plus 2AB plus B squared is equal to, now 5 squared will give us 25, is equal to 25. All right. Now let's bring out A squared and B squared and transfer this plus 2AB to the other side of the equation. If you have watched to this level, that means you're actually enjoying what I'm doing here. So I think it's time to hit that subscription button if this is the first time you're coming across this channel, and then don't hesitate to on your notification bell so that anytime I upload a new video, you will be notified. Also, please, I would like you to give me a shorter way of solving this if you have any in the comment section, and don't hesitate to comment. All right, let me know what you feel about what I'm doing. All right, so let's continue. So like I said, we are going to bring out A squared and B squared. A squared plus B squared is equal to 25. So this 2AB will be minus 2AB if it crosses this equation sign to the other side. All right, let's square both sides of this equation again. Now, if we do that, we have A squared plus B squared all squared is equal to 25 minus 2AB all squared. Okay, now let's continue. If we should You remember the algebraic identity, right? The algebra identity that this time around we have a squared plus b squared. So it's going to be a squared squared, right? Which is same thing as a to the power of 4. So we're going to have a to the power of 4 plus 2a squared b squared, right? 2a squared b squared plus b squared squared, which will give us b to the power of 4. B to the power of 4 is equal to, now this we are going to use the same way to expand this one. So it's going to be 25 squared, which will give us 625. Now 2 times 25 times 2a minus 2ab will give us minus 100ab. Okay, now minus 2ab squared will give us plus 4a squared b squared. Okay, that means this is equal to this. All right, so what do we do now? Remember that our target is to get a to the power of 4 plus what? B to the power of 4. So let's go ahead and bring it out and transfer this plus 2a squared b squared to the other side of the equation. So if we do that, we are going to have a squared plus, a to the power of 4 plus b to the power of 4 will be equal to 625 minus 100ab plus 4a squared b squared minus this minus 2a squared b squared, right? 2a squared b squared. All right, now let's continue. We now have that. Notice that we have 4a squared b squared and we have minus 2a squared b squared. That means we can actually subtract this, right? So we now have that a to the power of 4 plus b to the power of 4 is equal to 625 minus 100ab. Now 4a squared b squared minus 2a squared b squared will give us 2a squared b squared. So it's going to be plus 2a squared b squared. All right, recall that a squared plus b squared is equal to 67. Remember where we wrote it? 97, sorry. See it here, a squared, a to the power of 4 plus b to the power of 4 is equal to 97. So we are going to substitute that here. So we have that 97 is equal to 625 minus 100ab plus 2a squared b squared. All right, now if we should transfer this 97 to this side, okay, so that we form a quadratic equation, let's transfer this 97 to the other side so that we have 0 here. That means if we do that, we are going to have, let's start with this 2a squared b squared. 2a squared b squared, because we want to arrange it well as a quadratic equation. So we have 2a squared b squared minus 100ab. Now this 625 we subtract 97, right? Because if 97 should be taken to this side, it becomes minus 97. So 625 minus 97 will give us 528. So we have plus 528 is equal to 0. All right, now looking at this equation now, notice that this is a quadratic equation. Yes, it is. If we can say let AB equals something like P, okay? So we say let AB equals P. Now remember that we are not looking for P, rather we are looking for what? We are looking for X. But we are going to use this to get X. So stay tuned while we get the value of X. All right, now if we say let AB equals P, that means that we can write that 2p squared, right? 2p squared minus 100p plus 528 is equal to 0. All right, now looking at this now, let us use the quadratic equation formula to get the solution. Okay, Now, the quadratic equation formula says that P, since we are looking for P, is equal to minus B plus or minus square root of B squared minus 4AC all over 2B. Sorry, all over 2A. Okay, so this is what the quadratic equation formula. Now, what is the value of our A, our B, and our C? If you want to learn this in detail, I have a video here that says, the thumbnail says the almighty formula. You can actually check the video after this and learn this in detail. How to use the quadratic equation formula to solve your what? Quadratic equation. Okay, now in this case, what is our A? Our A is 2, our B is minus 100, and our C is 528. All right, please permit me to wipe this side of the board. So looking at this now, we can now solve P as what? That our P is equal to minus B. Remember that our B is minus 100 already. So minus minus becomes plus. So we are going to have 100 here as our minus B. 100 plus or minus square root of, now our B squared should be minus 100 squared, right? Minus 100 squared. Okay, then minus 4 times A. Our A is 2 times C. Our C is 528. Okay, now everything divided by 2 times our A is 2. Okay, so we'll have that P is equal to 100 plus or minus square root of, now minus 100 squared, minus squared is plus. Now 100 squared is what? 100 times 100, which will give us 10,000. So we have 10,000 minus, now 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 528. 528 times 8. So we now have 8 times 8 is 64. Write 4 and carry 6. 8 times 2 is 16. Plus 6 is 22. So we write 2 and carry what? 2. 8 times 5 is what? 40. Plus 2 is 42. So we have 4224. So minus 4224. Okay. Now divided by 2 times 2 is what? 4. All right. Now let's solve. Our P is equal to 100 plus or minus square root of, remember that we are not looking for P. I kept saying that so that you will not think the solution is close, and yeah, so we are not looking for P. So it's going to be 100 plus or minus, now 10,000 minus 4224. 10 minus this will give us what? 6. 9 minus this will give us 7. 9 minus this again will give us 7. And 9 minus 4 will give us 5. So it's going to be plus or minus square root of 5776 divided by 4. All right. Now we have that P is equal to 100 plus or minus. Now square root of 5776 will give you 76. Yes, it's going to be 76. Okay, divided by 4. Okay, now let's continue. Permit me to wipe this side of the board. All right. Now we have 2 values of P. The first one is that P is equal to 100 plus 76 divided by 4, right? We are going to take plus first. So we have 100 plus 76 divided by 4. That is the first case. Okay, if we solve this, we have that this implies that our P is equal to 176 divided by 4. Now, if we should solve this, if 4 divides 17, we have 4 remainder 1, right? 4 remainder 1. If you divide 16, we have 4. So we have gotten the first value of p. Remember, we are looking for x. Okay, yeah. So we have gotten the first value of p, where we said let p equals the first value of p as what? 44. Okay, now let's solve for the second value of p. The second value of p is that p is equal to 100 minus 76, okay, minus 76 divided by 4. Now if we solve that, we are going to have that 100 minus 76 is going to give us 24, right? It's going to give us 24 all over 4. Now 24 divided by 4 is going to give us what? 6. Now let's solve then. Remember where we said let AB equals P. Do you still remember? There is a place where we said let AB equals P. So recall that AB is equal to P. Alright? Now also recall where we said let our A be equal to what? Our A be equal to 4th root of what? X. Okay? Remember, this is our equation. 4th root of x plus 4th root of 97 minus x is equal to what? 5. So we said let A equals this and B equals this. Remember, that means that we can rewrite this as 4th root of x times 4th root of 97 minus x, right? So let's do that. We can now replace AB as what? 4th root of x times 4th root of what? 97 minus x is equal to P. Alright, now they both have 4th root and 4th root. That means we can bring both of them under the same 4th root sign. So we now have 4th root of x times 97 minus. When we got to this point, I did not even know that my phone tripped off all the things I was solving, and I even solved to the end. I did not even know that it wasn't recording. Oh, go ahead. Please, you really need to like and comment. If you can like, just need to like and comment on this video, please. So let's continue. Now recall that we said let A be equal to P, right? We said let A be equal to P. Now we got two values of P. The first value is 44 and the second value is what? 6. Yes, this is what we got. And we said, remember where our A is, right? We said let A equals 4th root of x, and we said let B equals 4th root of what? 97 minus x in the first part of the equation. Okay, now we are going to, that means that if we say A times B, we mean this times this, right? Is going to be equal to P. So let's do that. So we have that 4th root of x times 4th root of 97 minus x, okay, is equal to P. Now remember that they have the same 4th root and 4th root, and according to the rule of surds, you can put them under the same 4th root sign, okay? So we can write 4th root of x times what? 97 minus x. 97 minus x is equal to P. Okay, that means we can actually say 4th root of 97 times x will give us 97x. 97x. Okay, now x times minus x will give us minus x squared is equal to P. All right, let's raise each side to the power of 4. So we can now write that 97x minus x to the power of 2 is equal to P to the power of 4. Okay, now remember the values of our P, 44 and 6. So let's start with 44. Now we can say that 97x minus x squared is equal to 44 to the power of 4. Now if we rearrange this well so that it will be a quadratic equation, which it is, you know that this x squared is supposed to come first. That means if we should transfer everything to this side so that we'll have 0 here, this minus x squared becomes plus x squared, right? So we have x squared now this particular equation we formed now, let's call it equation 4. This is very important. Please, let's take note of that. So we now have x squared. Then this 97x will become minus 97x. Okay. Then plus 44 to the power of 4 is equal to 0. All right. Now looking at this looks huge. This number looks huge. So compared to this, that means that let's check using the discriminant. B squared minus 4ac. Okay, now we have that our b is minus 97. So we have minus 97 squared minus 4 times our a is 1. Okay, our a is 1 and our c is 44 to the power of 4. Now without being told, when you try to subtract this from this is actually bigger. We are going to get a negative value. You know what that means? That means the value we are going to get here is not going to be used. Okay. All right. Now let us solve for the other value of p, which is what? 6. So we can now write, remember this particular equation, that 97x minus x squared is equal to p to the power of 4. Okay, so that means that 97x minus x squared is equal to, now this time our p is 6 to the power of 4. Okay, without being told, if we should put this into this discriminant, we are going to get a positive value. So that means that this is solvable. Now let's go ahead and factorize then. So let's use factorization method and find the value of our x. So we have that this minus x squared, let's take everything to the other side. Let's rearrange it as usual. So we are going to have x squared minus 97x plus 6 to the power of 4 is equal to 0. Okay, now this is the main thing here. This 6 to the power of 4, the factors of 6 to the power of 4, that's when we add or subtract them, we are going to get minus 97. Okay, so let's just break this into small bits. This 6 to the power of 4 is same thing as 6 squared times 6 squared, right? And this then 6 squared is 36 times 36. Now we are not going to make use of this. Why? Because 36 times 36 will give us 6 to the power of 4, but when we add them, we are not going to get minus 97. Now this same thing as 9 times 4, and this same thing as 9 times 4. Then that means we can call this 81 times what? 16. And this is the factors that we are looking for, because 81 minus 16 will give us minus 97, while minus 81 times minus 16 will give us 6 to the power of 4. So we are looking for minus 81 and what? Minus 16. Okay, now let's put that into this equation. That means we are going to have x squared minus 81x minus 16x plus, this can be written as what? 81 times 16. All right. Okay, is equal to 0. All right, what do we do next? Let us factorize this side. So we have x brackets. When x squared is divided by x, you have x. Then when minus 81x is divided by x, you have minus 81. Then what do we have in common here? We have minus 16. Okay. Then when minus 16x is divided by minus 16, we are going to have what? X. Sorry, what we have in common here is 16. This negative sign comes because of this. So when this minus 16x is divided by minus 16, you will have x. All right. Now when 81 dot minus 16 is divided by minus 16, we are going to have what? Minus 81 left. Is equal to 0. All right. Let's continue. So we now have that X minus 81 and X minus 81, they are the same thing, right? So we are going to pick one. So we have X minus 81 bracket X minus 16. X minus 16 is equal to 0. Okay, we are getting to the solution already. Now let's solve. That means we can say X minus 81 is equal to 0, right? That means our X is equal to 81. Or that X minus 16 is equal to 0. That means our X is equal to 16. If we should substitute this into the original equation, the question that they asked, you are going to get 5 as your solution. Thank you so much for watching. Do have a great day. Bye.